Hey, this is Rosa from RCG Creations. How are you? Today I'm going to be doing a project with the Gina K Glitz Glitter Gel. And this one is the white. At least I think it's the white. Yeah, this is the white. So here is what the lid looks like. There's the jar. You always want to mix up your stuff. And then I'm using my, right here to the side. I hope you can see part of this, but this is my main focal point here, and I want y'all to be able to see that. Bear with me, let me get up so I can see. Okay, yeah, and you can see part of this too. Okay. Let me move this is my Tim Holtz Media Mat. Let me move it up here. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, because it's always best, since I'm mixing. What I like to do is, because I like to stretch my dollar as much as I can, and this you can, if you get the white, you can make your own colors. So instead of getting a whole bunch of colors that you may or may not use, because I've learned in my 30-year history of doing crafting, I'll buy something like this and I'll use it maybe 2 or 3 times, and that's it. I won't ever use it again, and it's going to dry up, and I just wasted my money. Where I've learned in the last 5 years, if I get something like this that I can change my own colors and use it as I need it, it's a lot more beneficial financially. The same thing is like with your rhinestones, your pearls, anything you want to use as an embellishment. If you get the white, and you can use any alcohol marker and turn it whatever color it is that you want to turn it. So you just use your marker and color it up, and then add it to whatever your project is. You've got the matching color. So start getting used to just buying white only. And even like the clear rhinestones, or the see-through rhinestones, they look like glass, you can color those also with alcohol markers. And you can use any brand of alcohol marker that's out there. It's totally up to you. So, but that's just a little FYI. And then what I'm using here is Anna Griffin Stencil. These are the little daisies, I think. What I want to do is I'm going to color all this one color, the yellow and the flowers, and then I'm going to go back and then I'm going to put a different rhinestone on the center as an accent piece. And then you can use any ink re-inker that you've got, and I've got some Yo-Yo Yellow from Stampin' Up, and then all you're doing is adding a few drops, and you mix it in there until you get the color that you want. I'm just going to do 3. Let's see how that works. Oh, and please always make sure you work on a craft mat, because some of this stuff, once it stains, it's stained. It's not going to come out. Okay. That looks good. And I'm just taking the Glitz gel. I gotta keep this upside down so I can remember what it says. It's the Gina K Glitter Glitz Gel. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a whole piece, because I'm going to cut this down, and if it turns out good, I'm going to be able to make it as 2 card fronts for a card. And I will show at the very end the completed project, so that way y'all can see it. So, okay, I'm just mixing it all up. Let me close my re-inker before I spill. And then I'm just going to go in here and grab some of this, and then work my way into the flower. Now I'm not going to do all of these flowers, because I want them to be different colors, because daisies in real life do come in different colors, and I don't want that much. And what you do with your spatula is you want to put it into the stencil and then squeeze out any excess. So I'm going to be sporadic, so just pick any other spot wherever you want, totally up to you. And what's good with this is this glitter gel. It wipes right off with a wipey, or you can use a wet towel or go to your sink and rinse it off. But since I'm doing multiple colors, I found that wiping it down with just a wipey, the spatula, is really all I need. And I'm being careful of just only trying to get into the flower petals. And that's it. And now I'm scraping the top layer so I can, let me get myself my other spatula. These were in a set that Jen Evers from Quality Crafts sells. So she's got an online store on Quality, Koalat as in Tom Crafts is the name of her site. She's got a Facebook page and she's got a YouTube channel. Check her out. But I got these in a set from her that she sells. And this is a set of spatulas. And I'm just trying to take out any excess that I know I don't need. And also when you scrape it, you can see like sometimes you don't get the tips of the petals. And so you're able to see that while it's still wet. And then I'm just scraping the excess with the other spatula. So, oh, and I see some spots in the petal tips that I missed. So I'm just pushing this over with the spatula into all the tips. So now that takes care of all those. So now, let me just use the excess and let me get another flower here. And all you want to do is just work it with your spatula inside the stencil design that you're using. And really that's pretty much all that you're doing with this. Okay. So I think I got, so what I like to do is make sure I get it in all the little spaces and then scrape it, that top layer. And then let me go and grab a little bit more, and let me go to another flower. Let's get one on this side here. I haven't done this side yet. I think I have enough for one, maybe two more flowers. And you can see as you're going down into the spatula where it gets into the petals. And you can see where it doesn't get into the petals. And I'm just working my way in to get every groove. And because my mat's in the way, I'm going to use my left hand to get in here. And I'm using my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. And the magnets here from hers hold the stencil in place, so I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to waste my time putting low tack tape like that purple tape or blue painter's tape. I don't have to tape it down. Sometimes you do. You definitely want to keep yourself stocked up with that purple tape and that blue painter's tape, because some projects like watercolors or you're doing your spray oxides, you definitely want to tape it down. And some projects, just using your project like this, the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station is really all you need. You know, it's like everything else with crafting. Some projects work good with some things and some things don't. So let me just go to here. I'm going to do this last one, and then I'm going to shut down the camera, and then I'm going to finish this off, and then I'm going to do another color, and then when I come back, I'll show you the reveal with all the colors together. You don't need to sit here and watch me do this, because I'm basically doing the same thing. All I'm doing is getting another color. Gonna get some more of this gel and just change the color around. Okay. And then take off the excess so I can scrape it. And see, when you're doing this, you're able to scrape it. So a little of this stuff really goes a long way. You don't need a whole lot. So, and as you can see, when I first started, I mean, I didn't hardly take any of this stuff off of there. So, okay, I've got a little bit more. I think I have enough here to do one more. And this is what's nice with this little spatula. It's got the little straight edge and then the little tips there. But it looks, see how easy? I hope I can see, you can see this here. It's scraping, because I moved the camera over, so you should be able to see that. And see, you're taking up the whole thing, and you're using all pretty much everything that you've got. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's go over here. Now let's do one right here in the center here. Actually, I've done all sides, so you know what? Let's just pick this one. Only because it's on the edge. And you know what? I looked out. I have just enough that I can see that I'm going to be able to get in each petal. So actually, I did pretty good here. There. Okay. Oops. Excuse me. Here we live in excuse me. We live in northwest Houston. And the last 3 or 4 days has been really bad with allergies. The pollen's been bad. It rained yesterday, kind of off and on rain today, not a whole lot. Oh, here's another technique. When you have the gel or any other medium like this on your spatula, a piece of plastic from the plastic that would made this, you can get the excess of it and then you put it in here and then you press down on it. That's really great with some other mediums like mousse or other mediums that you have, and it really gets down in there. And that's really not enough to do a whole one, so I'm just going to do part of one. And you know what, I'm going to do this one over here. Just because I want to. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if I have enough to do most of it. I probably won't have enough to do it all. But if I scrape both sides of the spatula and the sides, continue to scrape it all. And you want to work kind of hard because this dry. It doesn't really take all that long for this to dry, so you don't want to go really fast, but you don't want to take forever because this will dry on you. And speaking of, this is where you always want to close your lid when you're not using it so it stays sealed and airtight. And actually, you know what? I lucked out and I have just enough for that color. So that's the end of that. And I'm out of the paint, the gel. So I'm going to close for just a few minutes. I'm going to make some more of a different color. Come back. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do like 3 colors. And it's just whatever ink refiller that I have in my stash. And I'll bring you back. Okay, great. Bye-bye. Hey, I'm back. I just wanted to show you. This is just a wipey, and the way I do it, because I got the wrong kind. I wasn't really in a hurry. It was just with this virus stuff that's going around. They had a limited supply at the store. But you see here where so I cut down my wipies and put them in my container. And then I just take that off. It wipes right off. And then I just smooth out. Use the wipey and it cleans my spatula. So here I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And don't forget to run it here both ways, so it gets in all the little crevices of the plastic, because you know this is plastic. You could use the metal ones. I do prefer some metal, but not all metal. Do I have these spatulas? In some projects I like plastic better than I do the metal. It just depends on the project. But see, that cleaned it all out. And then I just have the leftover that I'm going to use to wipe down my mat. And because this is a glass mat, even if it dries, it'll peel right off. And since I worked in a small area, 1/2 of a wipe's all it took to clean this all up. And I'm just going to do one more wipe. And there you go. There's still a little bit of a residue there. And it's clean. Got a little sticky gel on my hands. So I'm just going to get the other part, the other half of that wipey. Wipe my hands off just to make sure all the gel's gone. And then I'm going to give it one more clean wipe so I can go and start fresh with a new color. And see, it's all gone. Throw that away. Put this one back into my container, and I'll be back with another color. Actually, I'll be back when all the colors are done. Okay, great. Thanks.